often receive many emails from viewers asking if it's possible to find out whether or not their own home is haunted. Obviously, if this activity is so strong it's difficult not to deny their house is active, and in these cases the advice would be totally unnecessary. However, the majority of hauntings can be quiet and subtle with only the merest hint that there might be an activity. Here is a quick and easy method to test your own home. All you require initially is a digital still camera and a tape recorder. Digital recorders don't seem to work as effectively as an old-fashioned tape recorder, and should only be considered if you haven't a tape machine. Firstly, find a room or area that you feel is the most active location, and then take a series of photographs to see whether or not there is any orb-related anomalies present. Keep still or seated for at least 2 minutes before you start to allow any heavier carpet-borne particles to resettle. For the skeptical viewers, the allegation is that orbs are dust-related, so a series of trial photos may be necessary to disprove this notion, especially for your own benefit. Importantly, remember that at any time there are always millions of dust particulates already in the atmosphere and swirling around the room. Real dust as orbs are surprisingly much less than some would give credit for. Try various times of the day or night, as there often appears to be a peak active period more native to the house than say your neighbour's home, which could be quite different to yours. If you start to pick up clusters of orb pictures, and many being of varying size, then you have the possibility that this location is active. Stronger activity is indicated by ectoplasmic pictures, which show smoke-like anomalies and mist which can vary in size and pattern. This is a very strong indicator of an active spirit, as this manifestation can occur with orbs just prior to a significant psychic event, such as a full or partial bodied apparition, EVP, or even objects being moved or tapped. Often this is accompanied by a lowering of the room temperature, which is another good indicator. A room thermometer or handheld device would confirm that for you. If you discover that this is the case, you should then use your tape recorder to establish, if possible, contact. For the first 2 sessions, I would suggest merely placing the tape recorder to run on its own in the closed room with nobody being present. This has 2 benefits. Firstly, it will tell you whether or not there are any ambient normal noises being recorded, such as a neighbour's property, the central heating system, or other background noise. When you've touched base and dealt with any potential audio problems, you are ready to make direct contact. The questions you should ask should be: 1. Who are you? 2. What do you want? 3. Did you live here? 4. Can you make a noise to indicate your presence to me? It is crucial that you should not be afraid. Fear can deter rather than encourage activity, and you should allow at least 30 seconds between each question to avoid talking over a potential response. If possible, meditate at least an hour before starting, which can make you more receptive and open to spirit activity. A closed or stressed mind will dampen any chance of success. Always ensure that the test area is noise-free. Any background noises can distort the results and give you a false expectation of making contact. Never drink alcohol or take any drugs before starting. This can reduce the possibility of success. Also, if you're with others, only allow one member present to talk, otherwise you could end up with a tape recording of people talking over each other and no identifiable response. And remember, this may not work the first time, so you've got to keep at it over varying periods to see if you can achieve a positive conclusion. Also, if you don't feel it's safe to pursue a contact, you should leave it well alone. If you find that you have good orb or ectoplasmic activity and you're able to elicit a spiritual response, you should then use or acquire a Nightshot capable Zero Lux camcorder to continue with your work. I personally prefer the earlier Hi8 Nightshot camcorders, which although heavier are far more effective than the digital versions, and importantly can be purchased on eBay for as little as £30 to £70 or $60 to $140. By now you should have ascertained the core haunting area of your home, and with your newfound knowledge you should now video at night to see whether or not you can pick up orbs or signature anomalies, and hopefully attempt to make contact by talking to them whilst videoing. Talk very quietly but in a friendly manner. Never show frustration or aggression, as this will deter contact. Again, as with the tape recorder, you may find it will take a number of attempts to get a result, so you must be persistent. My experience is that if you adopt a conciliatory approach, you will get their trust and they will respond positively to you by approaching you directly, and in time you will achieve a rapport with them that will make it far easier to get the results you need.